Lucas Nutbey.
Woo! Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Smoking kills. The picture on the package reminds us every time we light one up. It gives you a sore throat, followed by cancer, and then death. Drinking has sort of the same effect. Did you know that drunk driving makes more deadly victims than all terrorist attacks combined? But, young people in the audience, way more important, it makes you fat and stupid. I smoke and drink a lot. But I know, or at least keep telling myself, that I can control both. It's no problem to skip a week of drinking, and I can even drink a beer without smoking a cigarette. Or at least, I hope I can. No, my problem is less sexy, but way bigger. And there are no big warning stickers to tell me to watch out. And even when my mom sees me do it, she doesn't say a word. So, what can be my problem? What can be possibly wrong with this broad-shouldered, handsome-looking guy in front of you? Huh? I can't imagine myself. My problem is everywhere. It's always there. It's the first thing that I grab when I wake up, and the last thing that I hold before I fall asleep. I'm addicted to screens. I'm always using them, and not always as in often, but always as in always. I use my phone, tablet, phone, and even the entertainment system in my car whenever and wherever I can. Let me talk you for regular workday just to show you how serious my situation is. The alarm on my iPhone, of course, goes off around 7. In my head, I plan to snooze for a few more minutes. But before I realize, my finger already touched the icon of some random news app. With one eye hidden in my pillow, I try to read that article, which is quite hard, especially if the article doesn't really interest you. And while I perform my regular morning pee, I check my Facebook timeline, where I see this video of a cat on a hoverboard. The duration of the video is around 3 minutes, and I watch every second of it. That's longer than I pee. So I end up watching this video of a cat while I'm hanging over the toilet. And while I'm making my coffee at work, the machine takes around 20 seconds to prepare me a perfect double espresso. I unlock my phone to check my email, but I know I don't have any new ones, because the last time I checked was around 4 minutes ago on my bike. And while drinking that coffee, I check Facebook again, of course, and also my LinkedIn. Not to check my likes though, because I never ever post anything. Still, I'm opening these apps around once per hour, on average, on a regular workday. Don't tell my boss, he's somewhere over there. And when I arrive home, my girlfriend is already laying on the couch. I try to grab her attention, which is quite hard because competing Instagram, the television, and 2 other screens in reach. So, strong man as I am, I decide to go sit next to her and play some FIFA. I'm pretty good with Real Madrid at the moment. It takes around 45 minutes before we even start talking and discuss what to have for dinner. This is my day. Slide. But I think it's yours as well. Because when I look at my family and friends, I see exactly the same behavior. And more importantly, I hear exactly the same complaints. We don't want to stare at the screen for 8 hours per day. We don't want to open a news app every 15 minutes to see that there is no new news. Or spend an hour on Zalando, although we know we're not going to buy anything. But I'm doing it. We are all doing it. Why? Are we that weak? Are we lacking discipline? Or is it something else? Dear audience, I have an answer for you. It is something else. Because people make money when we open apps. As you all know, the revenue model of most big platforms is based on selling ads. In order to sell that ad, they need an audience. And that audience is us. So they need our time and attention as much and as long as possible. In order to do that, they came up with a lot of tricks and techniques. And believe me, they're pretty good at it. Let me give you an example. I used to play Candy Crush all the time. I downloaded the app for free, and the game was fun, fast, and easy. An ideal game when you wait for the bus, the elevator, your double espresso, or your motivation to return. And I was good at this game, really, really good. But after a few days, I was out of lives, and my phone told me to wait for 3 more hours. Ridiculous. But luckily enough, on the bottom of the screen, there was a button that said, pay 99 cents and get 5 extra lives. I did that many times. From that moment, the free game was not longer a free game, but I was hooked. And crushing candy became way more important than some lousy euros. The techniques that companies as Candy Crush, Facebook, Zalando, or you call it, are using are more or less the same. It can be as simple as sending you a push notification if you haven't opened the app for a few days, or sending you an email if you did put something in your shopping cart but didn't buy yet. But they're also using more psychological techniques that are already proven by the gambling industry. We all know these endless timelines that we have on social media. Love it. These are exactly the same. This is exactly the same thing that big casinos all around the world are doing by putting no windows in their building. You simply forget what time it is. And when you play mobile games, like I do all the time, you get all this unpredictable reward for doing stupid shit. It's the same thing as a one-armed bandit in the casino does. You never know when you will hit the jackpot. But I know one thing, it better not the guy behind me. And when I finish my 5th episode of Modern Family with Phil Dunphy on Netflix, it automatically starts a new one. This is the same thing what casinos are doing by giving you free drinks. You can't leave with a gin tonic in your hand, can you? These are just some examples, but all these things persuade us to go back, keep scrolling, playing, and watching. It's hard to get rid of an addiction. But it's extremely hard if the thing that you're addicted to is sending you emails and persuade you to go back. Imagine that I quit smoking and Marlboro is sending someone over to my house to give me a free package of cigarettes. Thanks to data, this is happening for social media, online shopping, online gaming, all the time. They literally give you a push. So, what's my point? Am I going to save you? Is there some solution that we can do? If I was talking to a regular crowd today, maybe I would. But today, here in this tent, I'm not talking for just a crowd. This place is packed with professionals working in this industry. We are the people that have long meetings about visitor retention, abandoned carts, or how to get people hooked. We are the dealers that try to sell our drugs on the street every day. And we broke the most important rule there is. Never get high on your own supply. It's a good sentence, I know. Did you know that Steve Jobs didn't allow his own children to use an iPad? He knew they were designed to be addictive. So, just to be sure, I will not ask you to keep making concepts that are attractive to use or to keep developing new products where consumers want to spend time in. But what I will ask you today is to rethink what you are bringing to your customers. What is the real added value for them? And what is the real added value for the company you work for? And most importantly, is it really necessary to use all these techniques to get people hooked? Because why not use the same techniques actually to advise people stop using an app? Sorry, you have seen all the news for today, or maybe you should go outside and make some new friends instead of watching what the friends of your current friends are doing. Why not use the same techniques to help people to be more offline, instead of persuading them to open an app around some boring product they need to buy anyway? There once was a deal between the big capital and the church. The big capital kept the people poor, and the church kept them dumb. This was to keep the people in line, keep them from thinking critical thoughts. And there was always this uncertain promise of reward in an uncertain future or heaven. Today, we here in this tent are like the church and the big capital combined. We have the people's attention. They have to use our stuff. They have to listen to us, and they believe that we take care of them. What an incredible power to have. And like Uncle Ben said to Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. So let us then just do that. Take care of them, like Steve Jobs took care of his kids. Let's use our skills to give people possibilities instead of taking the hours they need to live their lives. Because there is so much more in life than the screens we stare at for over half the time we are awake. And believe me, I sometimes forget it myself. Thank you.